I want to welcome everybody to tonight's game. We're at the Campbell Gymnasium where the South Pemiscot Bulldogs come to play the Camels in the last regular scheduled game for both teams prior to the district tournament. South Pemiscot comes in with a record of 14 wins, 10 losses, and they are seated number 1 in the Class 2 that will be played at Zenith. And Campbell is seated second, and Campbell comes in with a record of 19-5. Chris Moore is in his last season as coaching, as he has accepted the principal job at North Pemiscot High School, so he definitely wants to go out on a winning note. Now you might say, why is North Pem seated first, or not North Pem, South Pemiscot seated first with a record of 14-10, and Campbell with a record of 19-5. Why are they seated second? South Pem has played a much tougher schedule, and that played into the consideration of all those that are seeding the teams. We expect a great game here tonight. Felix Bates, the big guy for South Pem, is injured. It's questionable whether he will start. Jake Tennant is definitely out. He is in the hospital tonight from an injury received in the game the other night. So both teams have got starters that one is definitely out, one is questionable whether he'll play tonight. Sit back from enjoy this game from Campbell. We expect a barn burner tonight right here at Campbell. I'm Bill Hampton. Our special guest with us tonight is John Welch, and John has a son, Jake, that plays at Bernie High School, and he's going to help call the game tonight with me tonight. Tommy Jacobs is out ill with family matters tonight, and we hope everything works out well, and he has everything is a speedy recovery and works out well for he and his family. John, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I tell you what, we're going to see, I think, a good ball game tonight. You got South Pem seated first in the district down at Zenith, and Campbell seated second due to the beating Bernie at Bernie in overtime last week, and because Bernie, whoever won that game was going to be seated second, the other one third.
That's right. That's right. Good game down at Bernie. These are two real good teams that should be pretty evenly matched. South Pemiscot's a very athletic team. Campbell's a team that's accustomed to winning, used to winning, and know how to close out games. So it should be a real good game.
Yep. Well, Campbell comes into this game with a record of 19 wins, 5 losses. They're coached by Steve Fowler and assisted by Barry Beecham. The South Pemiscot Bulldogs, Chris Moore, the head coach, Alandis Boyd, the assistant coach. John, one of the few times I've ever seen this, the team's only got 10 minutes to warm up instead of 15.
It is real unusual. I don't know if there's a reason for cutting it short, but it puts a premium on getting ready in a hurry.
Well, the thing about it, there's not many people here tonight. I know it's a Thursday night game, and I'm very surprised. Talked to some of the South Pem coaches, and they told me that the girls were having senior night at South Pem, and that was the reason the cheerleaders for South Pem didn't come. And then they've got the Campbell with a record of 19-5. You'd think they'd have this thing packed. You
would think so, and I think South Pem has a reputation for being very supportive of both their baseball and their basketball program. Both programs are very good, very successful, and they support those teams well.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see does that star-spangled banner red wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hannah O'Neill, cheerleader from Campbell, singing the national anthem. Nice job.
It was very well done. Could you have done that well?
No.
I couldn't have either. Not even in the shower I can't do that.
Well, one thing about it, they didn't ask me, and they knew better than to ask me.
That was very well done. I wonder if she sung before, because that was
I'm
well
sure
done.
she has. Yep. Starting lineups, and we're waiting to see who South Penn will go with the fifth spot here to see if Felix Bates will be able to make it. Number 3, Marcio Clay, 6-foot junior. Number 10, a senior, 5'10", Jeremy Patton. Number 22, 5'10", senior, Zach Clay. Number 32, Bruce Smith, a 6'2", senior. And number 40, Felix Bates, does get the start. They were going to check him out during warm-up to see how he felt. He's a 6'5", senior. Camels, starting lineups. And again, Jake Tennant is out of the lineup tonight. Number 21, a 5'9", senior, Dustin Hayden. Number 22, Sam Bader. He is a 6'3", senior. Bader's been coming on strong, John.
He sure has. Very good shooter, very good ball player.
Number 31, Blake Neal, had a great game up at Bernie the other night. Best game I'd seen him play all year.
He did. He's a kid that sees the court real well, gets the ball to the open man very well.
Chris Hahn, a 6'4", senior, wearing number 50, and Joe Page is going to get the start, he's a 6'1", senior, wearing number 44. Oh, for some reason, I had Casey Wright starting tonight. It's been a scratch on that, and Joe Page gets to start in favor of Casey Wright. Jumping center for the South Pemiscot Bulldogs will be Bruce Smith. For the Camels, Chris Hahn. Referees tonight, Tom Britton and Tracy Stone. Again, sit back and enjoy this game, and we expect a good one.
Sure do.
Violation as Smith tipped the ball. Well, they're going to re-jump it.
Re-jump.
Tom Britton decided he threw it up too high. Campbell will control the tip. Bader to the spinning Hayden. It back to Hahn. He puts it up. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Smith of South Pem. Fast action already.
It sure is. Real good job in there by the big man from Campbell keeping the ball alive. South Pem kept battling until they got it out.
Zach Clay to Marcio Clay to Patton. Back to Marcio. To Zach. We'll call them Marcio and Zach that way because both of them are Clay.
Okay.
To Patton out front for 3. No good. Rebound that time by Joe Page of the Camels. He gets the ball to Hayden. Hayden quickly down the floor to Bader, out of bounds. 7:17 to go in the first period. No score between South Pem. South Pem's in black and the Camels in white.
Full court pressure by Campbell.
Campbell is very deceiving, the pressure they put on, John. It looks like a zone press. It looks like a man-to-man, and they just go after the ball. They try to double team it.
I think they like to do a lot of man and look for a trap when they can. They're very effective at it in spurts. They don't stay with it the full game, but when they put it in play, they generally get some turnovers. Nice three-pointer there.
Zach Clay knocks that one down. The first points of the game, 3-0. Blake Neal driving, puts it off the board, will not go. Rebounded by Smith of the South Pemiscot Bulldogs. We're going to have a foul on the Camels. Foul is going to be on Joe Page, his first, team's first foul of the game. 6:40 to go, the first period, 3-0. South Pem on top of the Camels.
Strong rebound there by Bruce Smith. He's got 2 already early in the game.
Nice drive that time by Mauricio Clay. Scores the layup, 5-0. Bader down in the corner, too. Blake Neal, who drives in, is going to be fouled by Patton. His first, team's first. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Blake Neal for the Camels. John, one thing about it, when Campbell and Bernie played the other night,
both teams shot very well from the free throw line, extremely well.
They did. I think Campbell shot a little bit better, and that showed in the result. Campbell does a very good job getting into a defender's body and either getting the and one or at least getting 2 free throws out of it. Right there was a real good example of getting into a defender's body, getting the ball up in the air with a chance to go in. And they got the first free throw anyway.
Spates with the rebound, gave it to Patton. Zach Clay for 3, scores it. Zach Clay with his second 3. He has 6 on the end of the quarter with 6:05 to go. South Pim on top 8-1. Driving at time is Dustin Hayden, and he's going to be fouled in the act of shooting. There you go. He drives in.
Dustin's a guy that looks for a drive, is very effective with it. That's a real good example right there.
First foul on Mauricio Clay. Hayden's first free throw, scores it. 8-2, 6:05 to go in the game. South Pim on top of the Camels. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Clay. He gives it to Patton. Patton back to Clay. To Smith. To Zach Clay for 3. It's short. Rebounded on the floor by Hayden. Hayden still with the ball. Across the timeline. Still has it. He's driving. He's going to drive in. Puts it up. No good. Rebound behind. Puts it up. Scores it. Chris Hahn made a living right there just under the bucket, being in the right place and using that 6'4" frame to the best of his advantage.
Yep, that's 2 possessions already. He's done real well right in that same spot on the low block.
Mauricio Clay in and picked up a charging foul. Nice defense that time by Dustin Hayden of the Camels. So he got himself set. Bernie Mules and the Clarkton Reindeer both get it on tomorrow night. Both teams are here tonight to watch this game.
They are.
And sitting together. It won't be that way tomorrow night when they blow the whistle.
That's right, and they're sitting together for the moment. And maybe Campbell has something to do with that.
Bader with the ball down in the corner to Neal. Neal kicks it out front to Hayden. Hayden has it bounce off his leg. Off and running are the South Pemiscot Bulldogs. Mauricio Clay with the bucket.
Campbell was working hard inside. They had 2 guys posted up, and when they didn't get the shot they expected, that led to the breakout.
Hayden with the ball inside, and he's going to be a foul on Clay. That's going to be his 3rd foul. Mauricio Clay has 3 fouls in the first quarter. We hadn't even played half the first quarter. He's already got 3 coming in for him. It's going to be Caleb Canoy. He's a 6-foot junior.
That's very significant for South Pim. Mauricio Clay's a very good player.
Oh, yeah. Chris Hahn at the free throw line with the ball. He's going to drive and loses control, or he walks with the ball with 4:42 to go in the first period. 10-4. Bulldogs on top of the Camels.
Good start for South Pim.
This Patton young man has always impressed me as a ball player. He's a headsy ball player. Inside to Spates, he puts it up, no good. Rebound by Bader. Bader drives in, gives it to Page. He puts it up, no good. Hahn off his fingertips. Smith with the rebound, taken away by Hayden, taken back. He's on the floor, out of bounds off of Hayden.
Real good effort by both teams there.
Canoy and Hayden really on the floor going for the ball.
South Pim thought they had a break. Dustin Hayden waited, got his arms on a pass, got everything broken up. Probably saved the layup.
Patton with the ball, gets it to Canoy. Canoy skips it over to Clay. Clay back out front to Patton. Campbell's in a 2-3 zone. Inside to the big guy, Spates underneath to Smith, off his fingertips, out of bounds. Turnover on South Pemiscot. Coming in for the Camels will be Casey Wright. Going out for a blow will be Dustin Hayden.
May have been an example of being a little bit too much unselfish there. They had a 12-foot shot open with a guy accustomed to that shot. They tried to get a better shot.
Blake Neal with the drive, gets it over to Casey Wright. He goes in with it, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Smith of the Bulldogs to Patton. Patton down the floor. Gives it to Clay, back to Patton. Down in the corner to Canoy, inside to Spates. What a nice pass.
Very good entry pass, real well done. Threw it to the left shoulder where the defender didn't have an opportunity to get it. Good post up and a better pass.
Sam Bader to right. South Pim's in a man-to-man. Hahn with the ball, tries to hit underneath, and the ball tipped around. Zach Clay comes away with it, still has it.
Had two guys running in the same passing lane there. May have
Spacing wasn't very good, was it?
Well, I think they had two guys with the same idea at the same time. Be better if one would have that idea.
Zach Clay with his third three of the quarter. He has 9, and the South Pemiscot Bulldogs on top, 15-4, with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. And we've got a timeout on the floor. With timeout, let's go back to the station for a quick break.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes. Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Wouldn't it be great to eliminate the stock market risk, enjoy safety of an FDIC insured account, and get a great interest rate? Currently at a high 4% APY, First National Bank's interest-based e-savings account is that account, with only a minimum opening deposit of just $500. Withdrawals and account transfers are made easily on a safe, secure site, and you never run the risk of losing money to stock market fluctuations. E-savings from First National Bank, member FDIC, the bank where you really are first.
Well, John, what do you think about calling your first game here?
I made it the first time out without falling all over myself.
Oh, you're doing very well.
I don't feel like I'm adding much of anything, but maybe it'll get better.
Well, I tell you what, this is our 52nd game to call this year. Of course, I had Terry Turlington and Jim Hall. We called 13 of those games up at Bloomfield. But still yet, Channel 21 has done all those games, and we've had a ball doing it. I mean a ball.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to that game tomorrow night, Clarkton and Bernie. That'll be a good one.
Sure will.
Campbell down by 11 with 2:40 to go in the first period.
Coach Chris Moore's got to be pleased about this start. I'm not sure he would have counted on 15-4, now 15-6 to get started.
Nice drive by Blake Neal that time. Here's Clay for three again. No good. Ball rebounded on the floor by Felix Spates of South Pim. He puts up a running layup. No good. Clay with the rebound puts it up and in. Clay with 11 in a quarter. South Pim on top, 17-6 with 2:10 to go.
You can see from that possession right there, Campbell's going to place a bigger emphasis on rebounding.
Ball is finally taken away in there by South Pim. Spates with the ball, drives in, puts it up, scores it, and he's going to go to the line to try to convert on the conventional three-point play.
Very well done for a man not used to being in that position. He had the ball at half court or a little bit past with a lot of room to navigate and did quite well with it and got the basket. Sam
Bader with his first foul. He goes out of the game. Coming in for him will be Jordan Baggett. Smith out for the South Pemiscot Bulldogs, and in for him is Anthony Kennan, a 6'1 senior. Spates free throw up, scores it. He has 5 in the quarter. It's 20-6 with 1:57 to go in this first period. South Pim's man-to-man defense is playing havoc right now with the Camels.
It sure is. I was just thinking they've been exclusively man-to-man. There's a real good play right there to get the ball to the low block.
Nice inlet pass by Neal to Hahn.
Sure, it sure is. And Chris Hahn is tough. If he gets the ball down there, he's going to score just about every time. Does a real good job.
Canoy for three. Caleb Canoy, his first basket.
If South Pim shoots the ball from outside, well, they're going to be a handful.
Yeah, they've got 4 threes here in the first period. Casey Wright the drive, ball blocked, but it goes to Caleb Weeks. Cale Weeks. He put it up, no good. Hahn got the rebound, put it up, no good. Hahn puts it back up, scores it. Chris Hahn was 6 in the period, 23-10 with 1:05 to go in the period. South Pim on top by 13. Inlet pass to Spates. He goes in, puts it up, and scores it. Felix Spates that time, a little off balance, but got the shot to go. 25-10 with 45 seconds to go Blake Neal with the ball for the Camels. Gets it into Cale Weeks. He goes up, puts it up, scores it.
That young man right there is a fine sophomore. Cale Weeks is a load to handle.
Big boy.
Big young man, and handles himself well. And that was a good entry pass to him right there.
He is built like a ball player. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Kennan for the South Pemiscot Bulldogs. Turned over to the Camels with 27 seconds to go. In for South Pem is Ben Smith, number 25. Out for a blow is Spates. We got a blocking foul on number 10.
Jeremy Patton.
Jeremy Patton, that's his second. South Pem's getting in foul trouble now with their starters.
They sure are. They're in real good shape on the scoreboard, but they're in danger of having a couple of guys sit for extended period of time.
Dustin Hayden for three, pulls Campbell back within 10. They needed that bucket.
They sure did.
25-15, 10 seconds to go. Patton with the ball. We're down to 7 seconds. Patton still has it. Kicks it out in the corner to Canoy for three. Puts it up, no good. Rebound on the floor to Patton. He puts it up, so horn goes off, scores it. What a nice shot that time by Jeremy Patton. First quarter ends with the South Pemiscot Bulldogs 27 and the Camels 15. We'll be right back in just a moment.
JR Shoes carries a complete line of athletic shoes for the entire family. Nike socks are available at JR's now from infant sizes through men's size 18. New Balance are also in stock in medium and wide widths. JR carries a complete line of casual shoes by Merrill, Bourne, and Clark for guys and gals. In the boot line, JR carries Red Wings and plainer steel toe, waterproof or insulated, Double H Western work boots, and Justin Double Comfort work boots with Gore-Tex, Dr. Martin Classics, Rocky work boots, Acme Kids boots, and Tony Lama and Dan Post dress boots. That's JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff.
We've got number 4 coming in for South Pem, Sean Jones.
John, what do you think about the first quarter?
Extremely good start for South Pem, and anytime you can put 27 points on the board in a quarter, I think you have to be happy. The downside to that, as you mentioned, is the foul trouble that they have. Mauricio Clay with 3, another young man with 2. That's a little bit too much at this stage of the game. They need to be able to get to halftime, hopefully without having more than 2 guys with 3 fouls apiece. Campbell made a nice run to get back into it, and other than that buzzer beater right there at the end of the quarter, they had the game down to 10, and I'm sure they would have been a little happier with it at 10 points.
Well, the scoring in the first period for South Pem, Mauricio Clay had 4, Jeremy Patton 2, Caleb Canoy 3. We had 11 by Zach Clay and 7 by Spates. We'll get Campbell to you in just a moment. Campbell's gone to a man-to-man. Hayden he deflects the ball, but it goes right to Sean Jones, who's in the game for South Pem.
Campbell's increased their defensive pressure. You can see they've extended the defense out farther than where they were at the beginning of the game, and it's making a difference. Making it difficult for South Pem to get through their sets and move the ball around.
Sam Bader back in for the Camels. Going out for a blow will be Chris Hahn. Jones inbounds to Zach Clay for 3. No good. Rebounded on the floor by Baggett. He drives in, puts it up. No good. Rebound by Zach Clay. Ball turned over by South Pem.
Sure, Zach Clay from South Pem feels like he was fouled. I'm sure Casey Wright and Campbell feel like that was a fine defensive play causing the ball to go out of bounds. And one of the teams is right.
Shot put up that time by Cale Weeks. Rebounded by South Pem. Canoy with the ball. Gets it out front to Kennan. Or to Jones. And we've got a 3-second or walking. I missed a sign on that, but it's a turnover, a violation. No one has scored to start the second period with 7:06 to go. Campbell with the ball, trails 27-15 to South Pem. Hayden with the ball, gives it to Bader. Bader's along the baseline, kicks it to Weeks. Weeks puts it up and scores it, and he's going to go to the line to try to convert on a conventional three-point play. Yes, it was.
Ben Smith was in good position, went up to block the shot, and Kel Weeks powered through it, got the bucket to go in. See if he can make the free throw now.
Ben Smith committed the foul. Weeks to the line, trying to convert on that three-point play. If he does, that'll be the closest Campbell's been in a long time. They've got the lead cut to 10, now to 9. Zach Clay with the ball. Down in the corner to Kanoy for three. Scores it. Tell you what, the young man's got a soft shot.
Looked real good. Campbell's trying to pressure the ball. South Pim had a guy get loose. The defender scrambling to get back, but it got shot off.
Blake Neal from the corner for three. No good. Falls short. Smith with the rebound. Gives it to Clay. Now, Kanoy has 2 threes in the game. Tell you, South Pim likes to shoot from the out. They got a good shooting team.
They do.
Jones with the ball. Gets it to Zach Clay. Tries to hit Jones back with it. Bader comes away with it. Bader with the ball, off and running. Foul that time is going to be on Anthony Kennan. That's going to be his first, the team 7th. Going to line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Sam Bader.
This game brought to you by your friends at New Wave Communications. New Wave's DVR is like TiVo, only better. Pause, record, and rewind live TV. Now TV that fits your schedule. Call New Wave today to find out how you can save even more by bundling digital cable, telephone, and high-speed data.
Jones is a sophomore. You have to question how much these guys have played with one another. He made a good cut, but he wasn't expecting the ball. Then the ball went right where the cut was made, but they didn't make connections. Campbell did a good job of picking the ball up and get back down the court to make something out of it.
Bader's free throw is no good, but we've got a lane violation that time on South Pim, so a 1-and-1 will be back in play again. JV game, South Pim had to save some of those guys for the varsity game, and they ended up with 4 guys on the floor to end the game as their 5th man fouled out.
You don't see that very often.
You don't see it very often. Campbell won the JV game 46-43, trailed most of the game.
Both of them have a good JV team. Campbell's JV record is outstanding, and obviously South Pim has a good JV as well.
30-20, South Pim on top with 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Zach Clay with the basketball. He drives into the lane, gets the ball over to the big guy. Noe has it, back to Zach Clay. To Jones. Back to Clay, to Jones. Campbell in a tough man-to-man defense. Gets it to Kanoy. Kanoy to Clay. We're down to 5:35 to go in the second period. Kanoy with it, throws inside to Smith, and we've got a foul. Foul is going to be on Sam Bader. It's going to be Bader's second, team's third. South Pim will inbound under their own basket. Chris Hahn checking back in for the Camels. Going out is Jordan Baggett. Zach Clay, good-looking ball player.
Certainly is, real good ball player.
Jones with the ball, gets it back to Clay. Out front to Kanoy, over to Jones. He puts up one from the 3 and scores it. Tell you what, these guys like to light it up from the outside. They're not bashful about shooting it.
That's the truth. They're ready to shoot it. South Pim's been very patient with the ball.
Yeah, showing good patience. Baggett drives in for the Camels, makes contact.
Charge called there.
Charge foul. Good defense.
It is. That's a real good job by South Pim. The charge was, the drive was a good one. Perhaps if he could have pulled up a step or two earlier, he was in real good position to get the shot down. But that's what we talked about earlier. Campbell likes to get into the defender's body and get that and one.
Tell you, Campbell's defense, I've been impressed with it. I know South Pim's still scoring, but boy, they're playing havoc with that, with their offense.
They are, and I think probably Campbell anticipated South Pim trying to pound the ball inside more I think if you got them to answer honestly, they would tell you they didn't expect South Pim to shoot this well from the three-point line. But their defense has picked up, and we'll see if South Pim can keep rolling.
Nice pass that time from Kanoy to Kennan. He scores it 35-20. South Pim on top by 15 with 4:35 to go in the second period. Ball skipped down to Bader. Bader still with the ball. Throws inside. Oh, Hahn with good hands that time, but couldn't get it to go. Smith with the picks up the loose ball, goes to Hahn. Hahn drives inside. And we're going to have a foul on South Pim on the floor. Foul is going to be on Anthony Kennan. Going to line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Chris Hahn. Hahn had 6 in the first quarter, has not scored in the second. Free throw up, scores it, he'll get the bonus. Hahn shoots the free throws very well for a big guy.
He does. Real good shooting form, takes his time, bends his knees. Very good fundamental shooter.
And as soon as we say that, he misses it, though. We didn't mean to put the pressure on him. Now we got a foul on the Camels. Foul's going to be on Joe Page. It's going to be his second. Cale Weeks in for the Camels. They called it foul on Bader instead of Page. Cale Weeks in for Bader. That's Bader's third.
It's not good news for Campbell.
No. Bader does a lot of things with the ball. He can handle it, he rebounds, he passes, and he can shoot.
And
so
he's a good defender.
Yes, he is.
He's a guy that when he has the ball, he doesn't have to look for his shot because he can get a teammate to score.
Right.
That's a big loss right now for Campbell.
I'll tell you what, this Kanoy has come off the bench when Mauricio Clay picked up that third foul, and I'll tell you what, that young man has lit it up.
I think
he has 3 threes.
He's enjoying the playing time, making the most of it.
Yeah, he's 3 for 4 from the three-point line. Joe Page inside and puts it up, scores it, his first basket. 38-23 with 3:35 to go. South Pim on top. Ball kicked into Smith. Good to walk with the ball. Patton, Bruce Smith, and Spates back in for South Pim. Coach Moore congratulating all of his guys that were out there on that floor. They held the lead.
Yeah, the time they were in there, they were very productive, did a very good job, gave the starters a needed rest. It's a good sign for South Pim.
Casey Wright with the ball, and he's going to drag the pivot foot for a walking call.
Coach Moore was open out there on the court but didn't pick the ball up. Not sure why.
Well, I'm really impressed with this Caleb Kanoy.
Yes.
6-foot junior, and I tell you what, he's come in and give this team a spark.
South Pim presents some difficult matchups. They have some guys with some size that can really move. Good rebound there by Casey Wright for Campbell.
Zach Clay with the three-pointer, couldn't get it to go. Right with the rebound. Campbell down the floor quickly. Good transition that time from defense to offense. Campbell gets a steal, puts it up, no good. Rebound is going to be by Patton. Chris Hahn did pick up the bucket. It's 38-25, 2:40 to go.
Real good effort by Campbell there, getting the ball down for the bucket. And then Blake Neal getting the steal unexpectedly.
Spates with a shot, wouldn't go. Smith with the rebound, gets the ball out to Patton, who puts it up, no good. Spates with the rebound, put it up, no good. His second time, he gets it.
And Spates is tough now. That's a real good job on the boards right there.
Yeah, Spates stayed after it.
He sure did.
Back to a 15-point lead for South Pim with 2:05 to go. Cale Weeks down in the corner, puts it up, no good. Rebound that time by Smith, gets it to Patton. 2 minutes exactly. South Pim with a chance to take their biggest lead of the night. They're up by 15 in the first half. Kanoy with the ball to Clay.
Excuse me, Bill. Campbell's got a big lineup out there. They've got 3 big guys on the floor, and usually you just have 2. They're wanting to do something about that rebounding.
Yep. Kanoy inside, couldn't hit it. Ball out of bounds off of South Pim. Kanoy may have been too close.
He may have been, yeah.
He was under the basket. He likes to shoot out there about 18, 20 feet out.
Campbell needs a bucket here. Down 15, minute and a half to go before half.
Nice inlet pass that time to Joe Page. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Spates. We're going to have a blocking foul on Casey Wright.
Campbell has gotten the ball inside over and over and over, and they've missed some shots that they're accustomed to making. They're just a little bit out of sync. If they can get that straightened out, they'll be able to score much better in the second half, but they are going to need to get that straightened out.
Jordan Baggett back into the game for the Camels. Going out is Cale Weeks. Down to 1:20 to go in the first half. 40-25. Nice drive by Patton. He puts it up, and but I believe we're going to have a charging foul. Jordan Baggett picked up the charge foul that time for the Camels. Foul is on Patton. His third.
Jordan Baggett's a guy that values defense. You can tell when he's guarding the ball out front. He really puts an emphasis on defense, and that led to him being able to draw that charging foul. South Pem in a 2-3 zone. Real good look there down to the big man.
You're right. Campbell's getting the ball in. They just can't do anything with it once they get it in. Zach Clay with a turnaround spin move and puts it up. No good. Hahn with the rebound. We're under a minute to go.
Real good
Clay with a
right
rebound,
there.
with a steal. Goes in, puts it up. No good. Rebound by Hahn. Blake Neal with the ball. Still with it. Gets it to Wright. Right inside. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded that time. Out of bounds off of Smith. It's Ben Smith of South Pem. Campbell will control with 35 seconds to go. Casey Wright inbound. 40-25. Campbell needs a basket. For three is Blake Neal. No good. Rebounded by Zach Clay. Clay gets it quickly to Spates, who's off and running. He tried to get it back to Smith. Jordan Baggett blocked the pass out of bounds, and South Pem will keep possession of the ball.
They will, and that was a pass. He was trying to kick the ball back to a teammate trailing. Wonder if South Pem will look for a three here the way they've shot the ball so far this half.
Just what you said. Clay for three. He scores it.
They have really shot the ball well this half. Really well.
Coach Welch called that all the way. Casey Wright, the drive, puts it up, scores it. Nice move there by Casey Wright. 12 seconds to go. South Pem with the ball, up 43-27. They're up biggest lead. Clay's going to try to take the last shot. He puts up a three. No good. Rebounded by Smith. He puts it up. The horn goes off and will not score. And the first half ends with the South Pemiscot Bulldogs 43, the Camels 27. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Tonight's game is also brought to you by Boomers Productions. The next time your company needs a commercial, safety, informational, or music video made, please contact Boomers Productions. Working with Malta Night Productions, we can produce your next video requirement. We also bring to your local news and programming as seen on Channel 21 and the New Wave Communications Network. We're currently seen in Bernie, Bloomfield, Essex, Campbell, Dexter, and Malden, and looking forward to serving more towns in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas viewing area. Boomers Productions and Channel 21, your hometown channel. Call 281-2121 or visit our website at boomersproductions.com. Also, our toll-free number outside the Malden area, 877-566-2121. Skeeter-Kell Sporting Goods. Call Kenneth Store at 888-6678 or Lloyd Rice at 576-4471. Nike, Adidas, Russell, any and all kinds of major brand names in your favorite sporting goods. New location in Kennett at 1300 Industrial Drive. That's Skeeter-Kell Sporting Goods in Kennett. We're wearing vests tonight from Skeeter-Kell. Give them a call or stop by the Kennett Store for all your sporting goods needs.
Well, John, a good first half.
It is. It is. South Pemiscot scored 43 points in the first half. That's a real good showing. That's a good offensive half. A little bit down in the second quarter from what they were in the first, but you have to attribute that to Campbell bringing the defensive pressure out, disrupting South Pemiscot's offense. Campbell with 27 points in the first half. I'm sure they're disappointed with that, but you can pretty well pinpoint all of that to some missed shots inside that they're accustomed to making. They had 6-8 shots inside that I'm sure they felt like were good when it left the hand. Had they made those, then we've got a real good ball game right now. So Campbell's going to have to make some adjustments, come out strong in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter and get this thing turned around a little bit. But the South Pemiscot coaches have to be very pleased with the way this has gone.
Well, that's the way the scoring went for the first half for the South Pemiscot Bulldogs. Mauricio Clay had 4, and that was in the first 4 minutes of the game, actually the first 3.5 minutes, because he picked up his third foul and has been on the bench ever since. Sean Jones came off the bench, hit a 3, and he's got 3 points. Anthony Kennan has 2 in the game. Jeremy Patton has 2. Caleb McCoy, the guy that came in for Mauricio Clay, he has 3 threes. He has 9 on the night. Boy, he lit it up. Zach Clay has had a great game. He has 4 threes, and he has 14 in the first half. And Felix Bates, a guy that we didn't know if we get to start or not because of the injury, he has 9 points. Total of 43 points. South Pem is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. For the Camels, Dustin Hayden with 4, Sam Bader with 2, Casey Wright with 2, Blake Neal with 3, Cale Weeks with 5, Joe Page with 2, Chris Hahn with 9. Campbell 5 for 7 for the free throw line. On fouls, this is the way it stacks up. On South Pem, Mauricio Clay with 3, Jeremy Patton with 3, 2 by Kennan, and 1 by Ben Smith. For the Camels, Sam Bader has 3, and then 1 each to Casey Wright, Jordan Baggett, and Joe Page. Anything else you'd like to add for the first half before we close out and take it back to the station?
I think the big guys from South Pem, Felix Bates, Bruce Smith, Ben Smith, those guys all played well inside. I think the effort was real good. They were physical inside. But I think the story of the first half is the way South Pem shot the three-pointer. I think they have to be very happy with the way they've shot, and if they do that in the second half, it'll be very difficult for Campbell to get back into the game. But maybe they can extend that pressure a little bit more as they did and get back in this thing in a hurry and give us a real good ball game here.
We want to thank our camera person, Kim Stokes. I don't think I mentioned her at the first of the game. She's come on board and does a great job for us. And again, John Welch sitting in tonight for Tommy Jacobs, who's away on family illness. And again, we hope everything works out well for their family. And we're going to take a short break and come back. We're going to have Coach Brad Botch of the Bernie Mules visiting with us here. So sit back and enjoy this advertisement.
CNF Auto Sales will finance your auto purchase. CNF Auto accepts Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. No credit, no problem. CNF Auto does Missouri inspections. Visit the service department where Tommy Winder is the service manager. CNF Auto is located 2 miles south of Bernie on Highway 25. Call Roger Fowler today at 293-4846. CNF Auto Sales, where you'll find your next car or truck.
Well, welcome back. We're still at half, and I've got the Bernie head coach with us, Brad Botch. Brad, congratulations on your first year as head coach. You got a great season going.
Not too bad for the first season. I think we're 13-9 and trying to gear up for the district tournament. Trying to get these guys to realize the third season's about to be here.
You've got Clarkton tomorrow night. Of course, when we're playing this game, it will be Saturday, so that game will already be behind us. You're going to be playing down at Clarkton. That's going to be our last game to do this season, Channel 21. Next week, then, you open up at Zenith, and who do you play in the first round?
We play Naylor in the first round.
And if you win that game, you're going to play the winner of Campbell and Holcomb.
I think that's correct.
And that'll be in a semifinal game. That'll be on Thursday night at 7:30. I believe that game is supposed to start. So, if everything goes all right, we're going to see a rematch. Your team, you've got a few seniors, but mostly young people that are playing basketball for you. You're going to lose 6 seniors, but of those 6 seniors, you got Massey and you got Johnson and you got Jevin Pierce that you all depend on quite a bit. And then you've got a sophomore, Zach Curry, plays a lot of ball. Silas Still, it's a junior, plays a lot of ball for you. And then you've got 3 freshmen that come off that bench after playing a couple of quarters on JV. You save them for 3 quarters in the varsity, and that's Jake Welch, Jake Smith, and Jake Owens. Those guys are strong players.
We've really got a strong underclass, and they complement our senior class well. There's been times this year we can go 9 and 10 deep. Jake Owens will be unavailable. He really sprained his ankle badly in practice yesterday. So it's like one of our other guys said, we still got two Jakes left, Coach. So, but But we, as far as senior leadership, these guys are starting to feel a sense of urgency. I mean, I've seen them pick up a little bit in practice of late. Anytime you've got 6 seniors and 5 get significant playing time, you like your chances, especially guys. These guys have played for 4 years now, and they don't get rattled too easy, and hopefully we can come in and play strong in district tournament. It's a good feel in district tournament. We don't want to ever look past Naylor, and we had an off night, so we're out watching a little basketball, but Naylor is our focal point, and
Sure.
We go from there.
Yeah, because after the Clarkton game, if you lose the next, whenever you lose again, unless it's for the championship game or third place game either of the finals at the state, then you wash uniforms for next season.
That's right. And Clarkton's going to be awfully tough. I know they've had a couple of losses here recently, but East Prairie is a good team. They beat Portageville at Portageville. There's no shame in that loss, I promise you. And the Campbell's got a nice club. They play hard, and that's a good rivalry with Clarkton and Campbell. Those kids get up for each other every game, and I know that was right down to the wire as well. And there's Clarkton's an outstanding club, and Jason does a great job with those guys down there, and they've got a lot of pride in their program, and I know they've got intentions of playing well in the district. They've got Scott County Central in there, and I know they're gearing up, and hopefully we can get up there and compete well tomorrow night. Clarkton's a tough place to play, and their kids will be ready to bounce back, and we just want to get up there and play as hard as we can and get more prepared for the district.
Coach Brad Botch of the Bernie Mules, his first year as head coach of the Mules, doing a great job, and thanks for stopping and visiting with us.
Appreciate it, Bill.
Good luck to you in the district, and we'll be down to watch a game.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes. Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Well, we're getting ready for the start of the second half, and we want to tell you the Campbell cheerleaders, Hannah O'Neill, Sarah Abernathy. Sarah comes in and helps us on Channel 21 with the news on Thursday. Elisa Deacon, Heather Weidenbender, Brittany Grindstaff, Casey Adair, Chantel Blake, Kyla Lahan, Jamie Knoll. She also comes in along with Kaylee Hahn on Tuesdays. Emily O'Neill, Dakota Edwards, Evan Radican, Amanda Lake, Megan Thompson, and Sarah Wilson. The coach is Lori Wright. Campbell starts the second half with the basketball. We're underway. Blake Neal with the ball. He gives it to Bader. Bader drives the baseline, puts it up, and going to have a block. The foul's going to be on. Got him with the body.
Good strong move there by Sam Bader. That's what they need to do, get the ball to the rim and try to get this turned around a little bit. That's a real good sign right there with him having Sam Bader back in the ball game.
Felix Spates with his first foul. Bader's first free throw up will not go. Bader has 2 points, both those free throws in the first half. Second one up, scores it.
Full court pressure.
Campbell, yeah, full court, man to man. Clay back in the game and falls, slips, gets the ball back, gets it down to Spates in the quarter. Spates inside, gets it out to Patton. Patton puts the ball down to Spates. He puts it up inside, won't go off his fingertips, out of bounds. But off of White, it will stay with South Pem. John Welch alongside me tonight. Dustin Hayden with a takeaway. Goes in, puts the layup up, scores it. Campbell with the first three of the second half cuts this lead 43-30. Just what they need to do, John.
Sure was. Real nice steal there. Real good anticipation of where the pass was going. Good job.
Clay had a nice pass into Patton, and Patton thought he was guarded, gave it back to Spates. The Spates is called for walking.
This is just the start Campbell needed to this third quarter.
Yep. Campbell needs to work on getting it under 10 points and then start working on getting it down.
That's right.
Keep it in single digits to make that run. Hayden with the ball inside, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Spates. Spates gets the ball over to Patton. South Pem looks a lot different, John, tonight than they did up at the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament.
I think the way they've shot the ball has a whole lot to do with that. They've always been an athletic team. They've always been a team that hits the boards hard. When they have an outside shot to go with that, they're really tough.
Turnover by South Pem. South Pem's not got a shot this second half.
Real good entry pass there.
Hahn went up in traffic and stays with it and gets his picks up the loose ball there, puts it up and in. He's got 11 in the game. 43-32. Campbell's back within 11. They're going to make a run at it here. Patton with the ball. Stops and puts up one from 12. No good. Rebound is Joe Page. He gets it out to Blake Neal. Neal with the ball across the timeline. Still with the ball. Gets it over to Hahn. Hahn thinks about it, goes inside, puts up a shot, scores it. Chris Hahn with a strong move inside will go to the line to try to convert on a three-point play. The foul is going to be on. We're waiting on it to go on the board on Smith. That's Bruce Smith. It's going to be his first, the team's second. We've got timeout on the floor with 6:19 to go in the third period. It's South Pem 43, the Camels 34. We'll be right back in just a minute.
JR Shoes carries a complete line of athletic shoes for the entire family. Nike socks are available at JR's now from infant sizes through men's size 18. New Balance are also in stock in medium and wide widths. JR carries a complete line of casual shoes by Merrill, Bourne, and Clark for guys and gals. In the boot line, JR carries Red Wings and plain or steel toe, waterproof or insulated, Double H Western work boots, and Justin Double Comfort work boots with Gore-Tex. Dr. Martin Classics, Rocky Work boots, Acme Kids boots, and Tony Lama and Dan Post dress boots. That's JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff.
John, Campbell has come out here and they have scored the first 7 points, a chance to make it 8 here on this free throw, and they're back in the game.
Yeah, they have. They got it under 10 now. If they can get it whittled down a little bit more before the start of the fourth quarter, they're going to be in real good shape. Right there, that last play, Chris Hahn had an open 8 to 10 foot look at what they call the short corner, passed it up to go inside. He's got an and one opportunity now as a result. If he winds up with a three-point play out of that, Campbell has to feel real good about how they've come out this third quarter and got this turned around. South Pem, on the other hand, needs to value the basketball a little bit better. They've been a little bit sloppy with it. Some of that's probably attributed to Campbell's pressure and the way Campbell is guarded. But South Pem needs to take a step back, value the ball a little bit better, cut down the turnovers, and get back to what they were doing in the first half.
Has South Pem attempted a shot in this first or second half?
I don't believe they have, Bill. I don't think they've gotten one off.
I don't think they have either. Hahn to the line to try to convert on a three-point play. He's 1 for 2 from the line tonight. He has 13 in the game so far. Hahn has really stepped up his play, John, as of late, since Christmas.
He sure has. He played real well down at Bernie the other night. He's a guy that's always had the ability, and now he's getting the results that go with it.
Free throw is no good. Rebounded by Mauricio Clay. Gives it to Patton. 6:15 to go. It's 43-34. Campbell has extended that man-to-man to put a little pressure all the way up front. Zach Clay with the drive inside is going to be fouled by Joe Page. It's going to be Page's second foul. Second team foul on the Camels of the half. First team foul of the half. 6:06 to go in the third period. To the line to shoot two will be Zach Clay. Clay has 14 on the night. He might want to step outside the perimeter there and shoot from three.
Yeah, it'd probably be an easier shot for him there. So get a defender in his face and he'll knock it down.
First free throw is good. It's a good shooter.
It sure is. Real nice stroke.
He has 4 threes tonight. That's why we're saying he probably wanted to back out and shoot from three. South Pim had 8 threes in that first half. Second one will not go. Ball on the floor. Joe Page with the ball off his hands. It hit Spates on the legs and out of bounds. Tell you what, Page went after the ball, didn't he?
He sure did. He wasn't going to be denied
Nope.
going after that basketball.
He's a strong young man, too.
He is very strong.
6 minutes to go. Campbell trails by 10. Blake Neal with the ball. Campbell needs a basket. Nice bounce pass to Hayden. Hayden with the reverse. Will not go. Rebounded by Clay. Clay to Patton. Patton gets it down to Zach Clay. Clay for 3. Scores it. Boy, I tell you what, that young man's had him a game.
He sure has.
5 threes on the night. Blake Neal inside. Puts a running layup up. No good. Rebound Mauricio Clay. Ball out of bounds off of Clay. Turnover on the Bulldogs. Campbell will get the ball. 47-34. South Pim back up by 13 with 5:31 to go in this third period.
He had a break out there trying to get the ball down court to a teammate, and the ball just went off his foot in the process.
Bader with the ball inside. Has a ball stripped from him. Clay has it to the other Clay. Clay goes down, puts it up. No good. Tipped up by Patton. Patton followed it. Nice tip up.
Real nice effort there following the teammate. In that position, you don't know if you're going to get a shot or not. Sometimes it's easy to stop following that. Real good answer there from Campbell.
Blake Neal with a nice jump shot along the baseline. 49-36, just under 5 minutes to go in the third period. Patton with the ball. Boy, I'll tell you what, Hayden's all over him, isn't he?
He sure is. He had him flirting with that half-court strike.
Smith has the ball slapped out of his hands, gets it back. Spates has it, drives in, puts it up, gets it to go. Felix Spates with the roll.
Very strong move there.
11 points in the game by Spates. Sam Bader puts up 3 from the top of the key, will not go. Zach Clay with the rebound. Takes it down into the corner. Kicks it out to Patton. Patton over to Smith. Smith puts it up from 16. No good. Spates with a tip rebound to Smith. He scores it. Bruce Smith with his first basket of the night. He's only a sophomore. I'll tell you, they got young people, don't they?
They sure do. They sure do. A whole lot of effort on the inside.
Blake Neal for 3 won't go. Spates way up with the ball. Gets it, tries to get to Smith and throws it out of bounds. With 4 minutes even to go in the game, it's 53-36. South Pim back up by 17. Casey Wright into the game along with Cale Weeks. Going out is Joe Page and Dustin Hayden.
South Pemiscot's a very good rebounding team on a number of occasions, including that last time Campbell was in real good position to rebound the basketball. South Pim just jumped up and over them and got the ball.
Sam Bader with a nice move along the baseline. He now has 5 in the game. Mauricio Clay with the ball to Zach Clay. To Patton. To Smith. Smith back out to Zach Clay. Down to Mauricio, inside to Spates. So quick move that time. No good. The ball tipped up by Patton. Will not go. He gets a rebound on the floor. Gives it to Zach Clay for 3. Write it down. Nope. Rebound by Patton. He drives in. We're going to have a blocking foul on Casey Wright. Boy, he took a lick. I'll tell you that.
He did.
CNF Auto Sales will finance your auto purchase. CNF Auto accepts Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. No credit, no problem. CNF Auto does Missouri inspections. Visit the service department where Tommy Winder is the service manager. CNF Auto is located 2 miles south of Bernie on Highway 25. Call Roger Fowler today at 293-4846. CNF Auto Sales, where you'll find your next car or truck.
Coming in for South Pem is going to be Caleb Canoy, going out as Patton. Tell you what, that Canoy can light it up. I've been impressed with him in that first half.
He shot very well the first half. He likes to get in that corner and shoot a three-pointer from there, and he's very good at it.
Malden used to have a guy years ago, John, before I was even in, when I was in grade school, named Red Blanton. And he used to get in the corner and shoot it just about as deep as he could get in the corner and shoot it. Of course, that's before they ever thought about a three-point play. Three-pointer was you shot and made it and got fouled, and then you went to the line. Of course, that's when you played, too. It was that way.
That's right.
If they'd had that three-point line you played, well, you'd have been 30, 40 points a game, wouldn't you?
I am right now if you listen to me.
Okay, Zach Clay, what a nice pass that time, a nice feed to filling space. Clay fell down twice. It's got to be wet down there where he slipped. But, boy, he didn't quit. He stayed after it. 17-point lead by the Bulldogs. Bader with the ball, and now Canoy with it. We're going to have a jump ball. The jump ball will go over to South Pem on the alternate possession.
Caleb Canoy diving for the ball instead of bending and reaching. Real good job by him. Kept possession for his team.
Well, these kids today, they're told, if you want to play, get after it. If not, we got somebody else that wants to. Coming in for South Pem is Anthony Cannon. Going out is Bruce Smith.
2-3 zone from Campbell. They're going to double team the ball.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices
when the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less?
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Good job by Campbell. Almost had to steal there. Just almost had it.
Carol Weeks tipped that ball and just almost stayed in bounds. Canoy with it to Clay. Clay to Mauricio Clay, who's nice cut, nice drive. Canoy for three, no good, short. Rebounded that time by Bader. Bader quickly down the floor, gives it to Hahn. Hahn's going to drive, puts it up, and will not go. Foul is going to be on Zach Clay. It's going to be his first. To the line to shoot two will be Chris Hahn. Hahn has 13 on the night. He's 1 for 3 from the line. Free throw up, scores it. 55-39. John, I've been surprised at the lead throughout the game by South Pem. I thought this game would really be a very, very close game.
South Pem has done a real good job retaking possession of the game. Campbell made a very strong run coming out of the dressing room. Got a good double team there, but South Pem was able to slip out of it. Campbell picks up the loose ball. It's been that kind of night for Campbell. Real good effort to get the ball loose, to get the turnover, and then they weren't able to do anything with it solely because of South Pemiscot hustling back and staying after the basketball.
Well said. Well said. They're hustling. They just can't get it to go their way.
I don't think there's something to criticize Campbell about. I think you just have to applaud the effort from South Pem here.
Well, South Pem is shooting the ball extremely well. We've got a foul on the floor that time on South Pem. The foul is going to be on. I think he called that on Canoy. It's his first. Campbell with the ball inside. Blake Neal, he scores it. I'll tell you what, Neal likes to work inside. I noticed that against We've got a turnover on South Pem as they handed the ball inbounds instead of throwing it inbounds.
First of all, we had a real well-designed out-of-bounds play that resulted in a layup by Blake Neal, and then Blake Neal, alert and hustling, managed to bounce the ball back off the inbounder, resulting in a turnover. That'd have been big there if Sam would have gotten that one down.
Bader for three could have, didn't get it to go, could have cut it to 10. Campbell's not quit. 1:35 to go in the third period, 55-42. South Pem on top. Spates with the ball. What a spin move. Puts it up. No good. Rebound that time by Chris Hahn. Hahn quickly out to right. Campbell's off and running. Wright's going to go inside. Puts it up, scores it. Casey Wright with a hard drive that time. He has 4 in the game. Kennan with the ball to Clay. 55-44 with 1:10 to go. Campbell will get it back, and then all of a sudden, South Pem blows it back out by 17.
Both teams have exerted a lot of effort this quarter.
Yes, they have.
South Pem may be trying to get it to the quarter and get their breath a little bit. There's a chance. A real good shot there, stretches it out to 14.
Clay now has 6 threes in the game. He has 21 for the night. Blake Neal with the ball, drives in. What a nice spin, what a nice move. Puts it up, and he gets fouled very hard. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Blake Neal driving at time. The foul is going to be on Anthony Kennan, number 5, his 3rd foul.
Once again, Campbell going strong to the rim.
Hayden Page back in for the Camels. Going out for a blow is Chris Hahn and Sam Bader. Also going out is Cale Weeks. Coming in for the Camels is Eugene Powers, 6-foot junior, wearing number 20. Blake Neal's second shot, scores it. Also Jordan Baggett in. Going out is Blake Neal for the Camels. 43 seconds to go. Coach Fowler trying to give his guys a blow there to get them, that extra minute.
Yep. Campbell face guarding here on out of bounds play.
Good timeout that time by Coach Chris Moore as Kanoe brought the ball across the center line and stopped right there when he crossed in that corner. There was no place he could go. He could only go forward or straight across court, and he called timeout before the turnover. With 35.7 seconds to go in the third quarter, it's 58-45, South Pem on top. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back with you.
This game brought to you by your friends at New Wave Communications. New Wave's DVR is like TiVo, only better. Pause, record, and rewind live TV. Now TV that fits your schedule. Call New Wave today to find out how you can save even more by bundling digital cable, telephone, and high-speed data.
John, what were you going to say as we went away for a break?
I was going to say Campbell got the ball stopped right there, right where they wanted to.
Yep.
Being able to use the half-court line as an added defender.
John, that's the one thing that I have wondered about all this time. Used to, it was a no-no to let anybody have the baseline.
Right.
Because that was an added defender.
Right.
And now it seems like, well, we want you using the baseline because if you get under the basket, you can't make it anyway.
Well, I don't know what the answer to that is. I think in general basketball has become much more physical. And sometimes when you get the ball on the low block, that's no guarantee you're going to be able to score because less contact is called a foul now. I think because of that, a defender can get away with letting his man get baseline because you can still come back and stop the score.
Caleb Kanoe at time with a jump shot, banked it off of the board and put it in. Dustin Hayden with a drive is going to be fouled. Going to call it on the floor. Foul at time. Picking up his 4th foul was Mauricio Clay. Joe Page with a shot. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Page with 2 points on the night. That was field goals, be his first free throw attempt. Foul that time is on Caleb Kanoe, his 2nd. Campbell needs the free throw. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, John.
A well-designed out-of-bounds play right there led to a shot just off the low block. I'm sure Campbell will take that shot every time they can get it.
Second one up, it's short, rebounded that time by Smith. He gets it to Zach Clay with 5 seconds to go. Clay's on the floor with the ball, and Casey Wright is going to be called for the foul. Casey Wright with his third foul, going after the ball with 2.7 seconds to go.
The difference there, that's just Campbell's third team foul, so that doesn't result in a one-on-one shot. Campbell had a foul to give and wisely used it, keeping South Bend from getting the ball down the court.
Ball thrown into Zach Clay, and off his fingertips, Campbell will have possession of the ball with 1.6 seconds to go. They'll get a chance here to heave one. Baggett throws it to Page. Page puts one up as the horn goes off. It will not go. Everybody hoo and awed on that. As we end the third period, it's 60 for South Pem, 45 for Campbell. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Tonight's game is also brought to you by Boomers Productions. The next time your company needs a commercial, safety, informational, or music video made, please contact Boomers Productions. Working with Malta Night Productions, we can produce your next video requirement. We also bring to your local news and programming as seen on Channel 21 and the New Wave Communications Network. We're currently seen in Bernie, Bloomfield, Essex, Campbell, Dexter, and Malden, and looking forward to serving more towns in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas viewing area. Boomers Productions and Channel 21, your hometown channel. Call 281-2121 or visit our website at boomersproductions.com. Also, our toll-free number outside the Malden area, 877-566-2121.
South Pem has to be pleased to have the lead at 15. We talked about it during the quarter, but Campbell came out strong out of the locker room, got the lead cut way down. They were in striking distance, but then South Pem was able to stretch it back out. Sometimes when a team's trying to come back from a big deficit like that, it takes a little too much energy to get it all the way back to even. Campbell did a good job getting it cut down, but then South Pem responded very well.
They sure did, John. I mean, that couldn't have been said any better. Campbell got it down to 9 at one time, and next thing you knew, it was 15. And Campbell get it down to 10 and be 17. And Campbell just, they're trying awful hard, but as you said, they're so far down that when they get back, they've got to have a blow to rest every now and then.
Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods. Call Kenneth Store at 888-6678 or Lloyd Rice at 576-4471. Nike, Adidas, Russell, any and all kinds of major brand names and your favorite sporting goods. New location in Kennett at 1300 Industrial Drive. That's Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods in Kennett. We're wearing vests tonight from Skeeter Kell. Give them a call or stop by the Kennett store for all your sporting goods needs.
Campbell will start the fourth period with the ball. Blake Neal has it. He's going to put up a three. Can't get it to go. Rebound in there by Kanoy. Kanoy has it, pulls it back. We're going to have a walking foul. Sam Bader in and Blake Neal coming back in for Casey Wright and Eugene Powers. Oh, what a nice shot that time by Blake Neal. He's going to go to the line and try to convert on that three-point play.
Called a charge.
They called a charge.
They called a charge. That was
Excuse
a
me.
very, very unusual charge. The offensive player had the ball underneath the basket, jumped back toward the center of the floor, and was called for a charge. That's not something you see very often.
Going to have a holding foul on Jordan Baggett. It's going to be his second. Team's fifth.
Jordan Baggett has a real tough matchup with Zach Clay. He's a very athletic offensive player who's difficult to stay in front of. And Campbell gets a turnover there. Little bump against Clay resulted in the ball bouncing off his leg out of bounds. Ball to Campbell. Working for a three-point shot on the other side. South Pem had it diagnosed well. Sam Bader with a nice drive and reverse move gets the layup.
Say it was Bader?
Yes, Sam Bader.
Patton with the ball for South Pem. We're 7.5 minutes to go in this game. Zach Clay has it out to Patton. 60-47. Gets the ball to Kanoy, to Smith, to Clay. Clay for the free throw line, gets it over to Patton. Patton for three, no good. Rebound that time by the big guy, Kennan, and he scores it. His 4th point of the night. Nice drive that time by Hayden. He can't get it to go. Rebounded in there by Kennan, gives it to Zach Clay. We're under 7 minutes to go in the game. I'll tell you, Zach Clay is falling more in this second half. His shoes have got to be something wrong with him.
You have to wonder about that. You have to wonder if the floor is slick or.
Well, I don't see anybody else falling down. That's why I'm wondering if it wasn't his shoes. Kanoy with it to Patton on the post. Gets it out to Kennan. Oh, what a nice pass into Smith. He puts it up and scores it. We've got a player that is hurt. Joe Page is on the floor.
Went down hard on his back or backside. I didn't see what caused that, but he did go down hard. You could hear it up here.
Page is holding his hip as he leaves. Fans give him a nice hand. 64-47, 6:34 to go in this game. Blake Neal with the ball. Gives it to Baggett. Baggett thought about it. Now he skips the ball over to Bader. Bader puts up a three. No good. Rebounded by Kanoy. Kanoy to Patton. To Smith. Smith gives it back to Patton. Down in the corner to Kanoy. Inside to Kennan. Tipped around, and Hahn comes away with it for the Camels. Still has it. Leading the charge down the floor. Puts it up. What a nice move all the way by Chris Hahn.
Sure was. Chris Hahn going all the way down the floor with it. Did a fine job there.
Yes, 17 in the game. We're under 6 minutes. 64-49. Kennan with the shot. No good. Rebound tipped up and going to have on the back at time against Ben Smith, his second foul. Sam Bader will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Campbell with an opportunity to cut the lead here with the clock stopped. That'll be important to them the rest of the game if they're going to be able to make a comeback here.
Well, the game's not over, but they're going to have to make a run. They're going to have to make the free throws. Bader misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Patton with the ball. Plays on the floor again. He's hurt this time. He's hurt himself. Blake Neal goes down and scores. Blake Neal with the layup. He has 10 in the game. Kanoy with the ball. Patton out front with it. Blake Neal slaps it out of his hands. He's going to go ahead against him. Puts it up. Can't get it to go, but gets his rebound. Puts it up. Won't go. Rebound that time. We got a jump ball between Blake Neal and Ben Smith.
Possession arrow to South Pemiscot.
Zach Clay going out. Looked like he may have turned an ankle.
Looks like an ankle. And now he's reaching for the ankle. That's right, yes.
Mauricio Clay in for him. 5:05 to go.
Little trap here from Campbell. They've got the big man out front. Results in a turnover. Good job by Campbell.
Dustin Hayden with the takeaway and a shot. No good. Rebounded by South Pim. Patton with the ball. Gives the ball to Kennan. Back to Patton. To Kanoy. South Pim trying to work that clock a little bit, John. Trying to get a easy shot.
They are. They've been patient in the first half at times and really run the clock well. That was a good job running the clock, but they weren't able to score. Campbell really needs a basket here.
Oh, what a nice rebound by Hahn. He puts it up and scores it.
Chris Hahn has played an outstanding ball game. Now he's out in front on this diamond trap.
Jordan Baggett that time with a tip out of bounds. 64-53 with 4:07 to go. Cale Weeks in for Dustin Hayden. Also in for South Pim is Spates and Bruce Smith. Going out is Ben Smith and Kennan. Patton gets it to Kanoy, to Smith. Over to Clay. To Patton. Patton for three. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded. Tipped around and picked up by Smith, the South Pim. Gets it to Patton. Kanoy in the corner. Drives the baseline. Puts it up. No good. Rebound tipped around and saved by South Pim. Smith has it. Puts it up for 16. No good. Follows his shot, but the rebound by Bader. Bader on the floor. Gives it to Jordan Baggett, but we're going to have a foul on South Pim. South Pim is going to be on, or the foul's going to be on Jeremy Patton. It's going to be his fourth. The line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Sam Bader. The next foul on South Pim will put Campbell in the double bonus. Bader 3 for 5 from the line tonight. Now he's 3 for 6. John, been a very fast game.
It sure has. Campbell's moved Sam Bader out on the primary ball handler now. Real good entry pass down low. Felix Spates made a real nice move to be able to catch that ball, control it, and then get the shot off.
Very well said. Blake Neal in that time for a layup, and it was blocked. And he and Kanoy tie up. Possession arrow with the Camels. Hahn inside with it, puts it up. Won't go, but he's going to be fouled. Chris Hahn will go to the line to shoot two. Tell you, he can play on my team.
Sure can. That's one of Campbell's favorite out-of-bounds plays underneath the basket. They bring Hahn out just a little bit outside the lane, but he's not looking for the 8 or the 10-foot shot. He's looking to get the ball and find his avenue to the rim and go up strong, hopefully to result in a three-point play. This time he wasn't able to get the shot down, but he's made his first free throw here.
Second one no good. Rebounded by Cale Weeks. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded that time by Patton. Hahn now has 20 in the game. To Spates. He goes in against Hahn. Hahn blocks it. Weeks takes the ball down.
Hahn there blocking that shot.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Patton. The ball will stay with the Camels. 2:57 to go. It's 66-44. These kids always want to eat, aren't they?
And my son's a clown.
I want to get my hand up wherever you're all eating. Well, I want to go too because I'm like a kid. I like to eat all the time.
What, you want money? Is that what you're saying?
Blake Neal that time with a drive goes in and he's fouled. Foul is going to be on Caleb Kanoy. He has 4. Neal's first free throw up, he scores it. Campbell's in the double bonus the rest of the game. They're going to shoot 2 every time they go to the line. Blake Neal with 11 now. His second one up, in and out, rebounded that time by Smith. Gives it to Patton. 2:45 to go. Patton with the ball.
Patton's a very confident ball handler. He doesn't get rattled. He's been pressured quite a bit here. He's very confident with the ball, handles it very well. Real good entry pass there to Spates. Campbell with a double team, results in a turnover. Real good defense by Campbell there.
I like South Pim's offense. So, I mean, they work the perimeter and then they work the screen and they get it inside to the guy. And then Campbell collapsed that time, caused the turnover. Still yet a good offense.
They put a premium on getting the ball inside.
Look at that. Bader with the shot, misses it. Hahn with the rebound, puts it up and in. Hahn was 7 1/4, 22 in the game. 66-57. Campbell's cut it tonight.
They have trap again here by Campbell.
And turnover on the South Pemiscot Bulldogs. Campbell's press is playing havoc. We've got a timeout. We've got a technical foul, I believe. Technical foul is going to be called on South Pim. It's going to be on one of the players, and that's going to be his 5th foul. Anymore, a technical foul is assessed as a personal, and the technical win against Jeremy Patton. Going to the line to shoot 2 now is going to be Blake Neal. Now, this game's not over.
Caleb Kanoy.
What's that?
Is it Caleb Kanoy charged with that foul?
Yes, that's his 5th. What did I say, Patton?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's Caleb Canoy. Thank you for correcting me on that. Second one up by Blake Neal will not go.
I'm sure Patton enjoys hearing his name on television, except with a technical or a foul associated with it.
Well, they needed those free throws.
They did. 9-point game, 2:10 to go. Stranger things have happened, but Campbell needs to get points out of every possession here.
They could have got those 2 free throws and scored here. They'd have been really coming back. Sam Bader with the ball on the baseline. Puts it up. No good. He's going to be fouled.
Again, going into the defender, so even if the shot is missed, they wind up getting free throws out of it. They just haven't shot their free throws as well tonight as they ordinarily do.
Nope. 2:04 to go in this game. Sam Bader to the line to shoot 2. Foul that time was on Spates, his second. First free throw good. Bader is 4 for 7 from the line tonight. Second one up, scores it. 66-59. If they'd made those 2 free throws on the technical, they'd had it cut to 5, John. 2 minutes to go. Patton with the ball. Campbell in a 1-2-2 zone half-court trap. Ball to Patton. Zach Clay's back in with the turned ankle. He's hobbling a little bit, but he's still very valuable to this team. He puts up a long 3, scores it. Didn't hurt the shooting, though, did it, John?
He did not. That's almost a dangerous shot to take unless you make it. He was able to make it, but it could have been viewed as a mistake had he missed it.
Casey Wright goes inside, puts up a shot, will not go. Foul's going to be on
Sam Bader.
Sam Bader. That's going to be Bader's 4th. Spent the inbound to Clay. We're down to 1.5 to go. Foul's going to be on Jordan on Blake Neal. It's going to be his second. To the line to shoot a 1-1 is going to be Zach Clay.
Man-to-man full court pressure there. Blake Neal trying to get up and body up against the ball handler. Got called for a foul. It's Blake's 3rd foul. As you mentioned in the first half, this gentleman right here has a real nice stroke. Zach Clay misses the first free throw.
Spates with the rebound, though. He gets it back to Clay for 3. Puts it up, no good. Ball tipped by Smith, out of bounds, turned over to the Camels with 1:26 to go. Camels trail by 10, 69-59. Camels have got to have a little confidence knowing that they've come back if they meet South Pim again. Blake Neal with a long 3-pointer, scores it. We've got a timeout on the floor with 1:18 to go. South Pim 69, Campbell 62. We're going to take a short break. Be right back with you.
Wouldn't it be great to eliminate the stock market risk, enjoy safety of an FDIC insured account, and get a great interest rate? Currently at a high 4% APY, First National Bank's interest-based e-savings account is that account, with only a minimum opening deposit of just $500. Withdrawals and account transfers are made easily on a safe, secure site, and you never run the risk of losing money to stock market fluctuations. E-savings from First National Bank, member FDIC, the bank where you really are first.
Campbell has it down to 7. They've got a chance with 1:18 to go. Their trap on defense has been very effective. They put the big guy out front, make it very difficult to throw the pass over, make it difficult for the ball handler to see passing lanes. And then their smaller guys in the back have covered the floor side to side very well. Their trap's been very effective. South Pemiscot, the last possession, looked like they'd figured out a little solution to it. But Campbell scrambling around was able to get a turnover even in that instance. So we'll see how South Pemiscot responds. I'm sure Campbell will go man-to-man in the half court and pressure the ball as much as they can.
Well, Campbell trails by 7, John, and they're 13 for 25 from the line. They've missed 12 free throws.
That and the shots inside they're accustomed to making, I think, are the difference in this ball game. I'm sure Campbell will be happy to say, let's just do a do-over only with free throws.
South Pim inbounds, gets it to Clay. Clay to Patton. Patton has a ball almost taken away and turned over. Ball off his fingertips.
Yet another turnover. Campbell's defense forced another turnover. They're still in this game.
Casey Wright to inbound the ball for the Camels. He throws back court to Blake Neal. Down to 1:10 to go. Neal with the ball. Gets it inside to Hahn. Hahn puts it up, scores it. Chris Hahn with 9 1/4. 24 in this game. 69-64, closest Campbell's been. Oh, Sam Bader with a takeaway. Campbell still got the ball. Bader goes in, puts it up. It's going to be fouled. 53 seconds to go in this game. Campbell's got a chance to really come back within a three-pointer if they get both these free throws to go.
They sure do. Foul there on Bruce Smith from South Pemiscot. Sam Bader, one of Campbell's best shooters at the free throw line, with a chance to score 2 without the clock running. And more importantly, if he makes a second one, Campbell will be able to set their defense up.
Plus, they'll be within a three-pointer of tying the game. He hits the second one. Campbell's really come back in this game. 50 seconds to go. South Penn with the ball, across the timeline. Clay with it, gets it to Spates. Spates goes inside, scores it. Handled that press very well.
It makes a big difference to get the ball to Mauricio Clay. He made a real good play right there, getting the ball down low to Spates in a position where Spates could finish it off. Campbell does a good job getting the ball to the low block to respond.
71-68, Spates with a breakaway off his shoulder with 26.3 seconds to go. Campbell is 3 points, is a three-pointer away from tying this game with timeout on the floor. We'll be right back with you in just a minute.
This game brought to you by your friends at New Wave Communications. New Wave is the local leader in communication and entertainment needs. Digital cable, telephone, high-speed data from one source. Call New Wave today to find out how you can save even more by bundling digital cable, telephone, and high-speed data.
You have to wonder if Felix Spates was thinking about a slam right there. He had a little breakaway. He had just a little bit of time to set it up, and maybe he was just adding a little bit to it, and that's what caused the ball to kick off his leg out of bounds.
I just noticed that Caleb Conoy went out and shook hands with the referee and said that he was sorry. And I think that's great sportsmanship.
It certainly is. It certainly is. South Pemiscot has an outstanding baseball program. He's one of the players on that team. Their baseball coach puts a big emphasis on sportsmanship and being respectful to officials, and I'm sure Coach Chris Moore does that as well. But that's a remarkable thing for a high school athlete to go out and admit his error like that. Speaks very well for the young man and for the program.
Well, again, we're just, this game looked like it was all but over, and Campbell now has a chance to tie it with a three-pointer. They're a three-pointer away from sending this game to OT.
This was a 17-point ball game not long ago.
That's right, in the fourth quarter. It was 15 points to start the fourth quarter. Campbell has fought back hard.
Campbell has 2 ways to go now. Usually if you're down 3, you think of nothing but a three-point shot. But Campbell is so effective going to the rim, getting the shot up, and having the foul to go along with it. They have a lot of different options in how they're going to try to attack here. And there they go to the rim.
Blake Neal went inside, missed a layup. South Penn pulls it down, and we got a jump ball. Possession arrow goes with South Penn with 18 seconds to go. 71-68. South Penn on top by 3.
South Pemiscot needs to be strong with the ball here. You can count on Campbell getting after the ball, trying to yank it out, pull it out. There's an example right there from Casey Wright. They're going to make South Penn hold on the lead from the free throw line.
Casey Wright fouls Zach Clay. Clay will go to the line to shoot 2. Clay is 1 for 3 from the line tonight. No, he's going to shoot a 1-and-1. I'm sorry, 1-and-1. He's 1 for 3 from the line tonight. He has 24 in the game. Clay's first shot, or Clay's shot is up. Now he'll get the bonus. Gives a 4-point lead.
This young man's had quite a ball game.
This game's not over, but I tell you what, South Penn sure needed that bucket, or that free throw.
They sure did.
Clay with the bonus now. Knocks it down. They're up by 5.
Campbell's going to have to score in a hurry and get a turnover or foul, but the first thing is score in a hurry, and there they go. Dustin Hayden driving all the way to the rim, gets a 2.
Dustin Hayden went the length of the floor.
We've got a dispute here about whether a timeout was called, I believe. I wonder if Campbell is out of timeouts. Unfortunately, the referees aren't mic'd to where we can hear what the discussion is.
Well, we get Kim to run down there right quick with the camera and get down there. We're having, I don't know what the call is. Are they out of timeouts, do you think, or was there a timeout called? Or
it looked like, I didn't see it clearly, but it looked like a timeout was called by the referee. Now, whether the coach stood up and asked for it, I'm not sure. But it looked like that's what the discussion was with Campbell's bench as opposed to South Pemiscot's bench.
That's what it was that after the timeout, the clock ran, and they put on 4.2 seconds. It was down to 7.7. It's 11.9 now with South Pem up by 3, 73-70. We're going to keep it here. South Pem will have the ball. Their defensive end of the basket, of the court. They'll be under the Campbell basket.
Campbell has turned this game around with their defense, with their full court pressure and with their trap. Once again, they're going full court pressure, man-to-man. Ball hasn't been handed to the inbounds man yet.
Here we go. Smith the inbound for South Pem. He gets it to Patton. Patton's going to be fouled by Dustin Hayden. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be
Jeremy Patton.
Jeremy Patton.
This is a young man that won't be affected by the pressure late in the game. I'm not saying he's going to make the shot, but pressure won't be a factor.
Watched this young man play for 3 years on the varsity team, and he's just a hard-nosed player.
He is an exceptional baseball player as well, and a fine basketball player.
Free throw, no good. Rebounded by the Camels. Hahn has it. Gets it to Wright. Wright still with the ball. Tries to get it over to Blake Neal. He's going to be fouled with 6.3 seconds to go. Casey Wright's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul there on Bruce Smith from South Pemiscot.
That's Smith's 3rd. Right to the line to shoot 2. He can cut this lead from 3 down to 1. First one is good.
These guys will be fighting for rebound position real hard as this shot goes up. Position is going to be very important here if Casey Wright doesn't make this shot.
Watch Chris Hahn on this one and Bader. Second one up, scores it. We've got a timeout on the floor with 6.3 seconds to go. South Pem 73, Campbell 72. We'll be right back.
17-point ball game for a big part of the game, and a 1-point ball game with 6.3 seconds to go.
All Campbell has to do is steal the ball and get a shot.
They do. Make the steal or get a turnover. They have time to foul and get the ball back that way if they choose to. I would think that they'll work on pressuring the ball 2 or 3 seconds before they resort to a foul. But there's not a right or a wrong answer to that until you see how it comes out. Then you know what was right. But I expect they'll go hard trying to steal the ball and not allow South Pemiscot to possess it in bounds. And then if they're not able to do that, look to a foul to get the ball back that way.
I think you've called it just the way Coach Fowler's going to say. Go for the steal. If you don't get it, get the foul quick, and then let's take our chances.
Their face guard here. South Pem goes over the top.
Campbell's got the ball. With 2. As a horn goes off, Hayden put one up from center court. He had 2 seconds to go. Now we're going to wait and see if there's a foul. The referee has stopped action. The horn has gone off. There's no time on the clock. We're going to see what the call is. We've got a timeout by South Pem, so there's going to be time put back on the clock, John, I would guess, and there's going to be a foul on someone.
I'm not sure, but as Dustin Hayden intercepted that ball, it looked like he was signaling for a timeout.
That's what I thought.
It wasn't called by the referee at that time. but it looked like a referee was signaling that's what they're going to do and put time back on the clock.
Well, I was going to say, I thought that there was more than a half a second on that clock when he called timeout. I thought there was like 2.5, but again.
I think that's right. I think there were 0.2 of a second on the clock as the ball sailed over the backboard, and it was in the air at least 0.3 of a second.
And that might be what they're doing, is putting a half second back on the clock, and South Penn will inbound the ball.
That could very well be. They did not call a foul on the shot attempt.
I'll tell you one thing. I thought we would see a barn burner tonight, and it was just a widespread game. And this fourth quarter, Campbell has come back from nowhere and just kept going and going and going. South Penn has not protected the ball, and Campbell's made a game of it. And if they steal this inbound pass and get a shot up, it's got to be a tip.
That's right. I think you have to give credit to Campbell, though, for the defensive pressure and for the trap that they employed that's caused the turnovers from South Pemiscot. And as you would say, it's been a dandy, hasn't it?
It has been a D-A-N-D-Y dandy.
D-A-N-D-Y.
You're South Penn. What are you going to do?
I'm going to throw the ball over the top right here and make Campbell come all the way back down. There's a breakaway.
Yep, that's it. Shot put up by Clay at the horn. He wanted to try to get
almost
that
made it.
What a great game.
Jumped off 1 foot off balance and hit the front of the rim. That's the way he shot the ball tonight.
One thing you got to say, John, even though Campbell gets defeated, they've got to feel like they've got to have a lot of confidence with the way that they came back. They did not shoot the ball well from the free throw line. If they'd have done that, they had a chance to win this game.
As you pointed out at the beginning, these are the 1 and the 2 seeds in the district tournament down at Zenith. Even though Campbell didn't win, they have to take a whole lot of confidence out of this game, feeling like if they get another chance at South Penn in the finals of the district tournament, that they're going to be in real good shape there. I think any coach who can talk to his team about being down 17 and having a chance to win it at the end has to feel real good about things, and they'll go back and look at tape of this game and analyze what they did well and what they didn't do well, and they'll make improvements. South Pemiscot will as well. I think from Campbell's standpoint, they have to feel good thinking that in the first half, South Pemiscot shot the ball so well that they're probably not going to be able to count on doing that again. Good ball game.
It was a good ball game, and I appreciate you doing the game with us. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with you in just a minute with the final stats. Well, welcome back, and we're going to give a quick wrap here of the ball game tonight from Campbell. South Penn now goes to 15-10 on the year. The Camels go to 19-6. This is the way the scoring went for the South Pemiscot Bulldogs. Zach Clay was 16. 17 was Felix Spates. 11 was Caleb Canoy. Canoy had a great game, John, coming off the bench.
He sure did.
4 points by Mauricio Clay. Anthony Kennan. 4 by Jeremy Patton. 3 to Sean Jones. 2 to Ben Smith. 2 to Bruce Smith. And South Penn was 4 for 7 from the free throw line. For the Camels, this is the way the scoring went. I know Chris Hahn had more than 11, Bill. He had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 in that fourth quarter. He had 26 on the night. Also with 14 was Blake Neal. 11 was to Sam Bader. 8 to Dustin Hayden. 6 to Casey Wright. 5 to Cale Weeks. Campbell 17 for 29 from the free throw line. Again, if they could have hit a few more free throws, they could have won that ball game.
They had chances down the stretch, but they had chances because their defense turned the ball over. So you can look at that as a positive or a negative. I'm sure they would like to have made their free throws, but at the same time, they have to be pleased with their defensive effort to continue to get turnover after turnover, give them a chance to win the game. In addition, I think they can look back at the first half where they were getting shots where they wanted them. They had shots inside, in the paint, on the low block that they're accustomed to making. They didn't go down, and they have to feel good going into the district tournament thinking we're not going to miss those shots again. And if we make those and make a reasonable amount of free throws, they'd stand a very good chance of beating South Penn, and they won't meet them until the finals, so that'd mean they're the district champion.
Well, they're going to have to get through a very tough Bernie team in the semifinals if both teams make it through their first round. Bernie and Campbell would meet in the semifinal game on Thursday evening at Zenith. That game would be the late game at 7:30, and we expect that to be a very tough ball game. Again, Channel 21 will not, let me repeat, we will not be broadcasting anything from district play. The cost to do that, John, is very prohibitive. We don't have enough advertisers. And to go live, I think last year it was $3,000 to do a TV game live in a district play. So we have decided that 53 regular scheduled games is enough. If we haven't whetted your appetite enough to get out and watch these young people, then I don't know what it would take.
Well, it's real nice to see the games replayed on Channel 21. You don't know what game is coming all the time, and you wind up seeing a game that may be a couple of weeks old, but as you get started watching it, it's real enjoyable. As a high school student, I don't know what could be better than having a chance to play on TV from time to time. And not only the students, but for a parent or a grandparent to be able to see that, it's really a nice thing to have. Not every school has that available to them. A lot of big schools don't have that available to them, so I think we're very fortunate in this area to have Channel 21 come in and broadcast ball games. You guys do a great job with them, and I know the kids enjoy it and have a good time with it.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, John, and I appreciate you coming up here. I've asked you 3 or 4 times, and you've just kind of said no, and tonight when I asked, you just moved on up and said, well, I'll try it. I'll probably say 3 words. Great job. You know basketball, you know sports, and I appreciate you taking time out. This is what Scott Cruz says about announcing a basketball game. I didn't know you could watch and talk at the same time, and so that worked out great.
I noticed a lot of times I was only watching because that's what I'm accustomed to doing, but you made it easy, and it is very enjoyable. I'm sure other people will get a chance to sit in with you, and I think they'll enjoy it as much as I did. Hopefully they'll get as good a game as we got here.
We got a dandy.
I wasn't sure it was going to be a good game at points during the game, but it turned out to be a very good game. Both teams have things to walk out happy about. Both teams have things to correct and improve on. And heading into district play, I think both teams are going to fare very well in the district tournament.
John Welch, my co-partner tonight in bringing the ball games. Kim Stokes, our camera person tonight. Appreciate the job that she's done. I'm Bill Hampton. Put those seatbelts on out there, folks, anytime you're out on the roadway, because we want to see you back with us on Channel 21. And don't forget, live today, learn from yesterday, and look forward to tomorrow.